As you know, we have feral kitties we try to take care of. And by leaving the dry food out here, we've attracted a mother raccoon with her 3 babies and a possum. And they get into the food, tip it over, eat it, whatever. So I really can't leave it out here after dark. So what I've decided to do is get a pet feeder. Well, the first night I had the pet feeder, of course, they got into it. Even though I had it all taped up, they still got into it. So I looked online to see what kind of answer I could come up with, and Lucky Feral came up with this idea. She's on YouTube. So I kind of basically copied it. What you do is you cut a hole in the side, just enough to allow the camera to be shown. And then this is the size tub I just happen to have, 18 gallon. You can freeze this and look at the dimensions if you like. But then what I did is, she used, I think it was a 40-pound bag of Epsom salts. I just had a 5-gallon bucket, stuck it in there. Then I stuck some wood filler in on both sides to keep them from actually turning it too much, so they can't like wiggle it out. And the trick is, this little lip down here can't be very big. So I use a Tractor Supply food grade bucket. If you use like a Home Depot bucket or a Lowe's bucket, it's like that thick and it wouldn't fit in here. But this fits nice. It works well. I extended these a little bit to be kind of equal to this, so the weight of my egg cooler that I'm going to put on it basically won't crush it, which I don't think it would anyway. It's not that heavy. Would I recommend this particular feeder? No, not really. That camera doesn't show how much is in the bowls, which doesn't do you a whole lot if you're trying to feed it, you know, feed them from on the road or whatever. But I luckily have another camera up here that I can check out the bowl down here and see how much food they get in it. It dispenses them by units. I think there's a 3-slot circular tray in there that the feed dumps into each little slot, and they consider each one of those a unit. This morning I put 20 units in it, and they left that behind, so obviously I gave them too much. But it's a trial and error, and we'll see what we can come up with to make it right. So this basically just, you know, cover it all up. And because, you know, you have to tape it down, it's easy enough to get the top off to refill it without taking it all apart. Put this back on, then put the cooler on top, and that's what you end up with. And it's fairly sturdy, obviously, because you got a 40-pound weight in there. And we do have some raccoons come last night and try to check it out, and I think we got them stumped. And I think I put the water far enough away from the food so they're not going to wash their feet in it if they happen to get any food. But because I can actually see when the cats are here, I can dispense as much as they need. I mean, they'll eat it and they'll look back and say, how about some more? And basically give them some more until they're done. And I'd like to thank Lucky Ferals for the brilliant idea. And I think if you have a feral cat that you want to try to feed outdoors, but want to keep an eye on the food consumption so that the wildlife doesn't come and eat all your cat food, or actually end up fighting with the cats over the food, I think this is a pretty good idea. Give it a try.